Game one tip-off finally seconds away. Spanish language version. Tonight's game presented by ESPN Deportes with the SAP function. We're set to go for the championship with the Lakers and the Celtics. There's the officiating crew, the veteran Dick Bavetta, the crew chief. As we're underway, as we said moments ago, the Beat LA chants started about an hour ago. And as these Celtic fans have waited a long time to watch the finals. And Pau Gasol, a big pickup during the course of the season for the Lakers with the first 2 points of the game. In a series that features the best offensive team in the playoffs, the Lakers, against the best defensive team, the Boston Celtics. Ray Allen throws up a shot. They're going to wave it off. And he travels. Mark, you played in an NBA Finals game. Is there really a lot of difference from other big playoff games when you first step on the floor for game one?
Well, you can sell to yourself that it's not, but you can just sense the environment here, the crowd going crazy. Guys realize that it's a different ball game, but what you have to do is individually and collectively realize nothing changes. Continue to do the same thing that you've done to get to this point.
Derek Fisher, who has been terrific for the Lakers in his return. Odom inside, misses. All battle around, knocked out of bounds. He'll go the other way, Celtics. Jeff, both teams winning a conference championship. The Lakers knocking out the defending champion San Antonio Spurs in 5 games. Meanwhile, the Celtics beating the Pistons. And as Doc Rivers said, they've heard congratulations, but you need to step away from that now and move on. Is that a difficult thing for a coach?
Well, it's a fine line for your team. How much do you allow them to enjoy what they've accomplished, and for how long? And then how quickly can you refocus them back on the task at hand? Because both teams should have championship aspirations. This is not an upset either way, whoever wins this series.
During the regular season, they played each other twice. Celtics winning both games, but they were all before January 1st, really meaningless, especially because that was before the Gasol trade. Both teams so different from they were early in the season. Rajon Rondo, this is his first shot, the young point guard. And Kobe Bryant, the rebound. The MVP's regular season MVP. What a spectacular he had, Mark. What impressed you most about Kobe Bryant this season?
Well, what impressed me most is the way he trusted his teammates on both ends of the floor. You're only as good as the guys around you. He made them better, but the commitment that they had entering to the gym early and leaving late really sold that message to him.
Ball knocked out of bounds, last touch by Odom, and it's going to be Boston ball. He said it's the most fun he's had all year. Second in the league in scoring during the regular season. And of course, he's won 3 titles. His Laker team lost in 2004. And Jeff, a big key in this whole series is how do you defend Kobe Bryant?
Well, I think what you try to do is you try to take away the easy stuff. You take away the layup. You try to take away the free throw. You try to make him a volume jump shooter.
Kevin Garnett, who's one of the better jump shooters of big men in NBA history, knocks that one down. And Fisher throws it in. We talk about the stars, but some of the other support players so critical, and Derek Fisher's one of those. Paul Pierce, his three-pointer won't go. Garnett keeps it alive, tips it out. Allen, wide open 3. Garnett, another rebound. Rondo doing a little Harlem Globetrotters action.
Well, you can tell Kevin Garnett already fired up early, knocks down the jump, and then keeps the ball alive twice on the offensive board.
Kendrick Perkins out to Rondo, but threw it behind him, and a turnover.
And I think a surprising matchup. Gasol is guarding Garnett. Odom is guarding Kendrick Perkins.
So much made about who's going to guard Kobe Bryant. Radmanovic's pass deflected and stolen. Ray Allen has it taken back. Bryant, who's had a terrific defensive year as well, in addition to his usual offensive excellence. Odom knocks down the shot. Lamar Odom having one of his best seasons. Lakers, a good road team during the regular season. They've won 4 road games, including wins in San Antonio and in Utah in the first couple of rounds. I have a whistle and a defensive 3 seconds. Doc Rivers now in his 4th year as head coach. After last year's disaster, they won 24 games total, had an 18-game losing streak. We'll talk about his job security, but he has done an unbelievable job with the talent that was acquired, obtaining Garnett from Minnesota, Allen from Seattle, and making guys believe about sacrificing for the sake of the team.
And one thing Doc Rivers said during the course of the year, he felt His job did not change last year when they struggled as a franchise and a team to this year. It's just a difference of having quality players. You get Kevin Garnett, your stars buy in, and they set the environment.
Pierce has Radmanovich on him. That's an interesting matchup. Radmanovich falls behind, and Pierce with a nice move to the basket.
And Pierce's ball handling ability, particularly running pick and roll, has improved dramatically from when he first came into the NBA.
And Fisher's fouled. Pierce hit him. We'll see if it's a three-point attempt. We'll go to the line. I believe it's two.
And this is Pierce. The Lakers are trying to force it to the baseline. Does a great job with his hesitation dribble and then finishes through a lot of arms. Could have been a three-point play.
And I like the adjustment also by Doc Rivers, recognizing that they double-team Paul Pierce on the catch on his initial play on the block. All of a sudden, you change, put the ball in his hands, and have him facing the defense of the Lakers as opposed to on the block.
Fisher to the line. When you talk about finals experience, Fisher certainly has that. He won 3 championships with the Lakers in 2000. In 01 and 02 was on the team that lost in 04 as well. And he was the third leading scorer on those championship teams behind Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. He's a big-time playoff performer.
Oh, I'm convinced that the acquisition of getting Derek Fisher back was just as crucial, if not more important, than getting Pau Gasol. If you upgrade from Smush Parker to Derek Fisher, a big-time guy that's willing to take and make big shots, he makes a difference in the locker room and on the floor.
But he misses a couple of free throws, and he's normally an excellent free throw shooter. Ray Allen kicks it out. Rondo wide open. He'll have those looks. Puts it in. Rajon Rondo, the young guard out of the University of Kentucky. He's had his ups and downs as a starting point guard for Contender, but he's also made some huge big plays for them in the playoffs. Radmanovich knocks down a two-pointer.
I like the way that Rondo is coming out. He understands how he's going to be played, taking 2 early shots, but looking to be aggressive. Give him credit. Young fella is in the finals. He's done his job.
Garnett with Gasol on him. Kevin Garnett off the mark. Perkins puts it back up. Looked like he got hit, and he did. Hard to hear the whistle. This place is loud. And Kendrick Perkins will go to the line. Radmanovich is first. Of course, one of the stories, Phil Jackson, can he pass the late great Red Auerbach and get his 10th NBA championship as a head coach? You know, when we think, guys, about this series, it'd be nice. I mean, as we said, Red Auerbach, the late great, his name is now here on the new parquet floor, winning those 9 NBA titles. You know he's watching. You think about other players like the late Dennis Johnson, the announcers like Johnny Most and Chick Hearn, those guys. You think about all those great people that were involved in what is, without question, the most storied rivalry in the history of the NBA, despite the fact that they haven't played in the finals for 21 years.
Really incredible stories as Pau Gasol catches the lob pass and finishes it at the rim. You talk about great stories, you talk about history, and at the end of the day, 31 out of 62 championships will be the Lakers and the Celtics.
Garnett misses. Everybody in the Lakers has scored except for Bryant. He likes to do that. It's been part of his game plan this year. Gets his teammates involved early, takes over in the second half. Radmanovich, long three. Short, he thought he got hit. And here comes Ray Allen. Garnett aggressive, looking for a shot early. Gets inside, and the finish. Kevin Garnett has changed the culture here in Boston in his first year. And as you would expect with somebody who plays so hard, has become such a fan favorite with the Celtic fans. Rondo on Bryant. Ball kicked on the pass. Still Laker ball. They'll reset the shot clock to 14.
You just sense how fired up Kevin Garnett is. Knocks down a jump and then grown man move. Put the ball on the floor. Attack the rim. That's a matchup that the Celtics and Garnett have to dominate.
And I would agree with that. Garnett's passion has to overcome Pau Gasol's great skill set in this series for the Boston Celtics to win.
Allen on Bryant. Good defense from Ray Allen. Tough shot. Fight for the rebound, Radmanovich. At least in the early minutes, this officiating crew's letting him play. They're banging pretty good down low. Bryant falling away. In and out. And Pierce the rebound. Pierce spinning. Tough shot. And does not get the roll. Odom throws it ahead. There's Gasol. Garnett on him. All the Lakers have done since they acquired Gasol is win. As Garnett is called for his first foul. And we'll have our first timeout as we're just past the midway point of the opening quarter.
You see both teams beginning to feel themselves. Pau Gasol's point to the rim, put it upstairs. Good job of catching it with one hand and then finishing it off the glass. And how about Kevin Garnett? Your stars have to play big when the finals show up. Garnett attacking the rim. My goodness.
Welcome back to Boston. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. All tied up midway through the first for the Celtics. What a year it's been. 66 wins, best record in the NBA. And then the playoffs started against the 37-win team Atlanta Hawks. They needed 7 games, lost all 3 on the road in Atlanta. Second round, same scenario, lost all 3 in Cleveland. But a 41-point performance from Paul Pierce in Game 7 got them to the conference finals. And then finally in the conference finals, they won not 1, but 2 road games to defeat the Detroit Pistons. And here they are. Paul Pierce has been tremendous in all the closeout games. And ironically, after the great feeling, when they struggled the first 2 rounds against Atlanta and Cleveland, a lot of doubt creeping in here in Boston about their ability to win a championship.
It almost seemed like when they finally got to Detroit, it was a sigh of relief. They were fighting against a team that they had tremendous respect for and realized if they didn't bring their A game, they could be home. Found a way to get it done and find themselves in the championship race.
The players believe, but the fans started to get skeptical with the struggles on the road, especially in that series against the 8-seeded Atlanta Hawks. Odom's shot won't go over the backboard out of bounds.
Those series just show you the fine line there is between winning and achieving a great season like the Celtics have, or going out in the second round. They could have easily lost Game 7 at home to Cleveland and LeBron James when he scored the 45 points.
The one thing I say about the importance of the regular season, they earned the right in both of those early rounds, whether it be Atlanta or Cleveland, to play a deciding game in their own building.
And that's where they're so tough. Garnett up and under, blocked by Odom for the goaltend. 2 points for Kevin Garnett. The Celtics here at home, 10-1 during the playoffs. The lone loss was Game 2 against the Pistons. Their defense has just been unbelievable on their home floor. So Bryant easing himself into the game. There you see the regular season. You see the defensive numbers. Kobe Bryant rattles in his first field goal. Bryant receiving a nice healthy dose of booze when he was introduced. And a foul on Radmanovic. 2 fouls on Vladimir Radmanovic, so he's going to have to come out.
This is a basic triangle cut where he came to the free throw line, and usually in that situation, he tries to shot fake and get guys up off their feet, but on a previous possession, Ray Allen had done a great job staying down. Kobe Bryant just raises over the top. And Mike, I think fans in another town should treat it just the opposite with Kobe Bryant. I would stand up and cheer him. Try to give him a different look.
Oh, he absolutely loves when the fans come after him on the road. Sasha Vujacic has come in for Radmanovic, part of what's been a very good Laker bench all season. Garnett's jump shot. Kevin Garnett off to a good start. 8 points here in the first quarter.
And you see what the Lakers are doing now. Kobe Bryant defends Paul Pierce, gets on the block. They trap immediately with the big being Lamar Odom. But a good job of getting rid of the basketball and Garnett staying aggressive.
And again, they're going to leave Rondo open, and it's up to him. Like right there, he made a play to Garnett. Quick decision, hit him with a little skip pass for the jump shot.
Gasol, the shot. And Pau Gasol, who came over in that trade from Memphis back in February. In his first 6.5 years with the Grizzlies, never won a playoff game there in 3 years and 3 trips to the playoffs. Now here playing in the NBA Finals. Rondo, nice ball fake. Can't finish, ball batted around. And Derek Fisher can't control it, throws it ahead. And a backcourt violation. That was close. I don't know if that's the right call.
I thought Gasol's feet were on the half-court stripe, so he had every right to throw it in the backcourt.
both feet and the ball have to be across half court for it to be a backcourt violation. Let's take a look. Nope, that shouldn't have been. You have to have both feet on the ball to get into the front court. Rondo, ball deflected out of bounds.
Right here, to me, they got to keep posting Kevin Garnett. They've got to keep going at Gasol. If Gasol makes jump shots at the other end, you're in trouble unless you put him under deep defensive pressure and make him guard on successive possessions.
And you make a good point. I think you have to realize who's on fire, who has come out ready to play, and find that man.
Ray Allen, nice move. Allen has had a roller coaster ride in these playoffs. Started off hot, then went through one of the worst slumps of his career. Found his game late in the Pistons series. Pierce now on Kobe Bryant. Bryant won't go, and he's 1 for 5.
But those are the shots you want him taking. Contested two-point jump shots.
Allen hits a three. Ray Allen nails one. Then the Celtics go up by 5. And Phil Jackson wants timeout. A 9-point turnaround after trailing by 4. Boston now up 19-14.
Well, Ray Allen just rolling here, moving off a stagger street, catches it on the curl, good use of his body, hangs and banks it in, and then pick and roll. Good screen by Perkins, a little air sprays, and just knocks in the three-point shot.
Just over 3 minutes remaining. First quarter of Game 1 of the NBA Finals from Boston. And the Celtics, after trailing by 4, now lead by 5. Here before this sellout crowd in Boston. Of course, Kobe Bryant's going to be the main focus of the defense. So far, he's 1 for 5. Mark, is it a matter of he's getting good shots, or are they just defending him well?
Well, these are makeable shots by Kobe Bryant. We've seen him make these shots, but give the Celtics credit. They're making him a jump shooter and contesting those shots.
All right, time to welcome in the other member of our broadcast team. Of course, it's Michelle Tafoya. Hey, Michelle.
Hey, Michael. As these teams face long days today waiting to play, both coaches found messages to keep their teams occupied. Phil Jackson talked about preparedness, and he said you can't be completely prepared for an opponent until you meet on the court. So if we fall behind, that does not limit our energy or effectiveness. Doc Rivers used the fact that people are picking the Lakers to win, and he told his Celtics there are always going to be questions about our team, about me. You can't control those questions, but you can control your play. Mike.
All right, Michelle, as Ray Allen drives. Rondo gets a nice feed. Rondo inside and draws the foul on Vujacic as he goes down hard. Rondo showing some good aggressiveness in the early minutes.
Showing a lot of life, a lot of confidence, moving without the basketball, putting himself in position that when he catches it, he can attack. Does a good job of cutting to the hoop and then looking to attack the rim over Vujacic, creating the contact and going to the line. But this is how you look to finish championship basketball.
Rondo, who was 3.5 months old the last time the Celtics won a championship, is now their starting point guard with a chance to help put up the 17th championship banner. All season long, he's been a question with fans, with the media about can they win a title with him in the point guard. We've seen some terrific moments for him. We've seen some flaws at times, but overall, what have you seen, Jeff, this year from him?
Well, like you said, Mike, he's been up and down. But when you're the starting point guard on a 66-win team, you have no need to apologize. I like the fact that in this game, he's come out with offensive aggression when they start to double team off of him.
Jordan Farmar, speaking of young players, Farmar part of that energy-filled bench. Farmar also in his second year. Both Farmar and Rondo, two very confident young players. Pierce gets it inside. Perkins swatted from behind. Gasol with the block.
And they're double-teaming Pierce just like San Antonio would, coming from the low man on the baseline side, which is an unusual double-team. Most teams double-team from the top of the key area.
Vujacic way outside, hits a three. Sasha Vujacic, top 10 in the NBA during the regular season from downtown. He's hit some big shots in the playoffs as well. Rondo calling out the play.
I got to play post Garnett.
Less than 2 minutes to play in the quarter.
Rondo gets inside, and he slipped, it looked like, and they call it traveling. So the Celtics with their 4th turnover.
For the Celtics, number 41, James Posey.
Well, here's Paul Pierce posting up, mid-post area. Bryant jumps on the top side. Here comes Odom on the baseline side. Good play by Pierce. Good read by Perkins. Better block by Gasol from behind.
Oh, a good job by the help defenders of the Lakers. You realize that no longer is Perkins Odom's man, so they do a good job of helping the help.
More subs ready to come in. P.J. Brown set to check in. James Posey has entered the game for Boston. Bryant for 3. In and out. Just can't get it to fall. Another good look, but he's 1 for 7. Perkins calling for it. Alley-oop to Garnett. And he couldn't control it. Here come the Lakers. And a foul before the shot. They're not in the penalty yet with 1:22 remaining. Next one. Garnett had point-blank range on this one.
Good read by Rondo. Good backdoor cut by Kevin Garnett. Just not able to finish at the rim, but excellent execution.
And Phil Jackson was irate about Posey fouling even harder after the initial foul in transition on Bryant.
Garnett gets his first rest. Bryant inside and gets it to go. Kobe Bryant getting his first MVP for the regular season. 7 straight points now by the Lakers. We're tied up again, and an offensive foul call against Boston. It's going to be James Posey with a moving screen. Doc Rivers obviously disagrees. Of course, the format for these finals, 2-3-2. Game 2 right back here in Boston on Sunday. Our coverage begins at 8:30 p.m. GMC NBA Countdown. And then tip-off shortly after 9 o'clock. First 2 games in Boston, then the next 3 in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. Final minute, first quarter. Gasol. Vujicic, the fake, fires away, way off the mark. He's not hesitant, that's for sure. Not shy about shooting. And there's Posey. Posey, one of only 2 players with a championship ring on the Celtics. Sam Cassell, the backup point guard, the other one. P.J. Brown inside. Brown banks it in. I think there's a dent in the backboard, but it still went down.
Well, you look at the Celtic team they have on the floor. It's a very limited offensive team. Only Ray Allen is truly an accomplished offensive player.
Doc Rivers understanding that, ready to insert Sam Cassell into the ballgame.
Kobe Bryant looks up at the shot clock. About a 3.5-second difference between that and the game clock. Gasol, 2 on the shot clock, makes his move. Blocked by Perkins. Perkins, quick outlet. Final seconds. Rondo. It'll count if it goes. And Posey trying to tip it in as the first quarter comes to an end. Kevin Garnett finally getting his first chance to play in an NBA Finals. Came out fired up. 8 points, 4 rebounds. Same for Pau Gasol, who has helped turn things around for the Lakers. Game 1, first quarter complete. Celtics with a 2-point advantage.
Trailed by just 2, but Phil Jackson, your star Kobe Bryant, 2 for 8 so far from the field. How are the Celtics slowing him down?
Well, I think he just missed shots. Although they face guarded him a couple times, which is good contesting. But he missed some shots or in and out. He's okay.
You talked before the game about not being truly prepared to meet a team or to play a team until you actually meet for a few minutes on the floor. What do you make of the first 12 minutes?
Well, everybody's feeling each other out. The referees are trying to understand what the contests are going to be in the game, how physical it's going to be. And you can see the anxiety of both the teams. They're playing a little bit out of whack. We'll get it. We'll get it going.
Thank you, Phil. Mike?
Yeah, Michelle, Phil Jackson has talked about his team's resiliency, and that's what he's most proud of this year. It was a season that began, it could have been a recipe for disaster. Well-documented Kobe Bryant asking to be traded, wanted out, didn't like the direction of the team. General manager Mitch Kupchak and owner Jerry Buss saying that they would look into it. They did. They decided not to trade him. There's no way they'd get equal value for him. Allen goes to the basket, misses. And then Kobe Bryant settled himself down. Leon Poe shot, banks it in. Bryant settled himself down. They got great play from young Andrew Bynum. He got hurt. They brought in Gasol. And it's just an amazing turnaround. What could have been a disastrous season, Jeff.
Well, yeah, and the whole key was getting Pau Gasol for virtually nothing. And that changed their whole prospectus for winning a championship, especially with Bynum going out with a season-ending injury.
And here's Bynum on the bench. They hope to have him back next year. Terrific young player who was really progressing prior to that knee injury back in January. Sam Cassell in the game. Cassell and P.J. Brown, the third and fourth oldest players in the league this year, both at 38. Both picked up late in the season to help in this playoff push. Shot clock at 2. Allen has to hoist it up. Almost puts it in. Oh, the rebound. But a whistle and a loose ball foul. It's going to go against Luke Walton. As both coaches have gone to the benches. Right now on the floor for the Celtics, it's Pierce, Cassell, P.J. Brown, Posey, and Leon Poe. Lakers have Vroni Turiaf, Walton, Vujicic, Fisher, and Odom. So a lot of bench players getting early minutes.
I was surprised Phil Jackson went back to Derek Fisher right away to start this second quarter after only 3.5 minutes on the floor by Farmar.
There's Pierce. P.J. Brown left open. The veteran not that time, and Walton the rebound.
And you can tell the Lakers are locked into not allowing Paul Pierce to establish a rhythm. Every time he catches on the block, it's a double team.
Here's Turiaf. Jump shot over Brown. And Pierce the rebound. You know, we heard Phil Jackson talk about the officials and figuring out they're letting him play early. Cassell forces up the jumper and knocks it down. He won 2 championships his first 2 years with the Houston Rockets. Been to a bunch of conference finals, and now he's back in the NBA finals and could be a big part of what the Celtics need to do.
And talking to Doc Rivers, he says, hey, I have big plans for Sam Cassell. He is a guy that we are going to use in this series. It's a much better matchup for him. He's not facing Lindsey Hunter in the ball pressure with the Pistons.
And Odom draws the foul as he goes to the line.
You're talking about Sam Cassell. You're talking about a big-time scorer, a guy that's not afraid of the moment, does a good job of putting Derek Fisher on his hip and then getting to his spot, releasing with that pretty jump shot.
So Cassell quickly gets on the board as Odom will shoot 2.
And right there, Poe made a mistake. You have to take away the left-hand drive of Lamar Odom. Give him an extra cushion. Make him shoot jump shots. He's too good driving and finishing and also making plays off the dribble.
Odom's such a huge part of the Lakers' success. He's had one of his best years as he misses the free throw. Seems like he's been around forever, but he's only 28 years old. He's always been involved in trade rumors. He, of course, was one of the players they acquired from Miami in the trade for Shaquille O'Neal. And he's had his bumps along the way, but one of the most versatile players in the NBA.
And people don't understand how good this young man is. A tough matchup night in and night out because of his size. He's a big-time rebounder, but can handle the ball like a point guard.
Just to make you feel good, he's another New York City kid.
I was going to say that, but I just decided to leave it alone.
The Queens has a foul on Fisher. So Derek Fisher picks up his first. Second team foul here in the second quarter. They shoot on the 15th foul.
You know, they just showed behind Phil Jackson, Tex Winter. He's 80 years old. He looks better than I do at 46. That guy looks great.
One of the great coaches who has spent his life in the NBA. Cassell looking for his shot and hitting it. He's had some struggles in the playoffs, especially on the road, but a good spark off the bench here in Game 1.
And you see the difference with the defense that Lindsey Hunter puts on Cassell as opposed to Derek Fisher. Cassell comfortable with banging with Fisher and getting him to his spot.
Walton. Odom, the offensive rebound. Back up and won't get it to go. Cole pulls it down. Pierce looking for an opening. Paul Pierce. And Vujicic grabs it. 3 minutes gone by here in the second. Celtics lead by 5. Posey on Fisher. Fisher to the basket. And he's fouled by P.J. Brown. And we'll have a timeout. The benches certainly will be important in this series. And Sam Cassell starting off well for the Celtics.
He sure is, and they need this offense. Here, he's a very underrated low post player. We're going to the Ultra-Mo. Turn around to his right shoulder. Fade away jumper. Celtics up 5.
I've been fortunate enough to be at the top of the mountain before, and to have to go through struggles in the years following that, and now finding myself back in a position to put my arms around it again. It feels fantastic.
And Kobe Bryant has put his team in position for another championship. His coach, Phil Jackson, says he's put the whole package together this year. The scoring, obviously. He's rededicated himself to defense. The leadership. It has been a special season. That's why he won the MVP, and that's why they're in this position right now. And it's starting to happen again, Mark. The conversation, the debate on is he as good as Michael Jordan? It's been blasphemy to say it, really, about anybody, but it's an actual discussion you can have now.
Well, I said it a year and a half ago. Nowhere in the world would I ever put anybody in the conversation with Michael Jordan. But Kobe Bryant is there. He's as good as Michael Jordan on any given day. I said to Bryant yesterday, it's almost like Larry Holmes and Muhammad Ali. He looked at me and said, I'm not Larry Holmes. And he is 100% right. It is two Muhammad Alis when you talk about Jordan and Bryant.
Meanwhile, a foul on Turiaf. That's his first.
I just worry about how he was cradling that trophy. He looked like a proud father. That was so emotional.
It's been a while since he held one. Their last championship back in 2002. Of course, he's still a little bit behind. Those 3 championships with Shaquille O'Neal. But after O'Neal was traded the following year, they didn't make the playoffs. Then they've lost in the first round each of the last 2 seasons. But he's put them on his back right now. And this whole team, every guy in the team thinks that he's better than he is because they're playing with Kobe Bryant. And he's instilled them with that confidence. Cassell. I think he shot the ball every time he's touched it, but that's a good thing for the Celtics. He's 3 for 3.
Well, Sam Cassell is a guy that knows when he's feeling it on any given night. Right now, he is offensive. To give Derek Fisher credit, he's a guy that's not afraid. He's not going to back down. Comes back down and knocks down a jump.
Fisher's 7 points. He leads them in scoring.
And the Celtics have made bad mistakes on Vujicic and Fisher, giving them too much airspace. Wide open 3.
Pierce blocked, but a foul. Turiaf rejected it. He's raising his hand. He doesn't want the foul call on Gasol. So Turiaf picks up his second personal.
Again, Cassell in the post. He's always going to turn to his right shoulder, uses his right shoulder to get a little separation, knock Fisher back, and knock in the jump shot.
So the free throw for Paul Pierce. Pierce, who grew up in Inglewood, which of course was home of the LA Forum, and as a kid said he hated the Celtics. Said the guy that he hated the most was Danny Ainge, who's now his boss here in Boston. And like a lot of kids out there, rooted for the Lakers. Ainge, of course, who pulled off the big trades, was the NBA Executive of the Year, won titles here as a player with the Celtics. He doesn't hate him anymore. In fact, he hugged him the day that he found out that Ainge acquired Kevin Garnett.
I give Ainge a lot of credit for turning this thing around here, but as a basketball player, he was an outstanding player and a phenomenal competitor.
He was one of those that got under the skin of opponents and the opposing fans, that's for sure. Turiaf knocks down the jumper. And only Turiaf off the bench with a nice spark.
It's amazing when you look at Ronnie Turiaf and you realize what this young man has been through. An incredible story.
Had open heart surgery a couple of years ago. Now he's playing in the NBA Finals. Garnett on the drive. And he's fouled by Turiaf. So Turiaf will pick up his third. He had that open heart surgery back in the summer of 2006. Was drafted by the Lakers, and in his physical, they noticed there was a problem. And they told him he had to have it because before the surgery, his life would have been in jeopardy on a daily basis, according to doctors. Had the 6-hour operation, cracked open his chest. His heart stopped for 2 hours. The surgery was successful. He said a couple of months after that, life was very difficult. Couldn't tie his own shoes, couldn't dress himself as he tried to recover. But amazingly, about 6 months later, he signed a new contract with the Lakers, started working out, and here he is again, one of the most energetic players in the NBA.
If I'm coaching, I want this young man on my team. You're talking about his passion, his desire, his energy that he brings every single day is unmatched.
I want to correct myself. That last foul on Gasol, not Turiev, so he still has 2. Gasol picks up his first, and Garnett hits the free throw to give the Celtics a 3-point lead. Gasol, Bryant gets it on the pull-up. Kobe Bryant with his third field goal.
And you see what the Lakers do. Put Kobe Bryant on Sam Cassell, Fisher on Posey, so you make the adjustment, getting the bigger, longer Bryant on Cassell.
Garnett, the pull-up, drills that jumper. Such a good shooter for a big man.
He's one of the best big man jump shooters of all time, and he can go to work on Gasol at any time, post, perimeter, wherever you put him.
Paul Pierce commits the foul.
And this catch by Garnett was difficult. It knocked him off, so he had to face him up, go off the dribble. Gasol, because he has a quickness disadvantage, gave him a cushion, and Garnett rose up to what he wants to do, which is shoot the jump shot.
Garnett, you see his playoff numbers have been terrific. His team, the Timberwolves, did not make the playoffs the last 3 years. He was so pumped up to get back into the postseason. And, of course, now his first trip to the finals.
I couldn't believe when people said this guy is not a winner because he hasn't won. He is as much a winner as we've seen in this league. You're talking about getting it done, passion on a daily basis, defensively, energy, and a tremendous leader.
All you can do is maximize yourself, and he has maximized himself as a player.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Fisher. That last foul on Boston was on Pierce, so he has 2. With 6:34 remaining here in the second. Doc Rivers has loved what Pierce has done defensively as much as offensively. Done an excellent job on LeBron James during much of the Cavs series in the second round. Pierce, nice pass. Garnett blocked by Gasol. And they're going to call a foul. Yep. Dick Pavetta blows the whistle. And Gasol picks up his second. Ooh. Well, Turiev hit him, but after Gasol looked like he had a clean block.
Oh, that's not a foul. Kevin Garnett got away with one and going to the line, but good defense by Gasol.
People underestimate his length. He is very long, got great timing. That's a clean block by Pau Gasol.
Garnett was saying yesterday he felt Gasol was one of the most underrated players in the league and said he was much better defensively than he's given credit for. I don't know if he's just saying that to be nice before the playoffs or the series.
That's a throwaway line right there. That's a politically correct line. I'm not sure about that one.
You never use any of those in your NBA days.
Oh, hey. You got to know what to say.
Gasol left-handed. At that time, pulled the rebound. Coming up on the midway point of the second quarter. Pretty quick pace to this game. Garnett again. Kevin Garnett. The last 8 Celtic points. He has 16 here in the first half. Hole guarding Gasol. Stolen by Pierce, but he couldn't control it. And that's the type of defensive effort these fans have seen from the Celtics all season long. The best defensive team in the NBA in the regular season. They've been the best in the playoffs as well. And it all starts with Kevin Garnett.
Well, on the defensive end, good job of battling Pau Gasol, getting him off his sweet spot, contested the left-handed hook shot, not able to knock it down. Then forget about the offense. Find the hot hand. KG says, everybody get out of my way. It's time to dance.
The intensity of Kevin Garnett. Doc Rivers says it's rare that your best player is your number one energy player. That's the case with Garnett. It's the most storied rivalry in NBA history. And this is the 11th time the Celtics and the Lakers will meet in the finals. Boston won the first 8. Lakers won the last 2. Last one back in 1987. And as Mark Jackson said earlier, 30 titles in the 61 years of the NBA. And so many great names, so many names in the rafters here at the New Garden. I mean, the greatest names that have ever played this game, part of this rivalry over the years. Some pretty good ones in this series as well. Cassell trying to guard. Offensive foul. How about Sam Cassell throwing a charge?
I just fainted. Sam Cassell, Defensive Player of the Year.
Cassell at 38, not known for his defense. He is fired up. A big spark in the first half. Garnett, Cassell a 3. And Radmanovich hands it off to Fisher. Garnett does not go for the fake. Such a sound, fundamental defensive player as Ray Allen fouls Kobe Bryant. Celtics not in the penalty. Reminder to log on to NBA.com now to bid in the 2008 NBA Finals auction featuring Lakers and Celtics jerseys worn in Game 1 of these finals. NBA auctions, your chance to own a piece of NBA history. Well, they call it the act of shooting. So Kobe Bryant will go to the line. Ray Allen's first personal.
A smart play by Bryant. Realizes that the body movement of Ray Allen forced the contact and got it up rather than put it on the floor.
And a smart play taking advantage of the Kobe stopper, Cassell, not being on it.
He's getting a breather from Sam I Am. Here's Bryant hits the second. You see Kobe Bryant still with the bandage on that pinky finger on his shooting hand. He tore ligaments in it back in February. Opted not to have surgery as Pierce gets inside. Offensive foul on Pierce. That's 3 on Paul Pierce. Doc Rivers saying, wait a minute, he was in a restricted area. So Pierce is going to have to come out with 5:14 remaining here in the second. And that's the first player from either team with 3 fouls.
On the Celtics, number 41, James Posey.
No, he was outside the restricted area.
If you're Doc Rivers, the reason why you kept Pierce in with the 2 fouls, you were not worried about him defending Radmanovich or Luke Walton. The only concern was him picking up an offensive foul, which just occurred.
Perkins pokes it away. Again, just to finish on Bryant, he still may need surgery on that pinky. Nice pass to Gasol. It certainly hasn't affected his play in the playoffs. Decided not to have it. They're going to wait and see. He still hopes to play for Team USA in the Olympics this summer and might have surgery after that.
When you think about that play by Bryant and Gasol, the last possession, that's a play made famous by Larry Bird and Robert Parrish, former great Celtic.
Posey for 3.
Los Angeles ball.
You recognize the pick and roll and how you're defended. As soon as the big guy gets on your body, your job as a big man is to dive to the hoop. Good read by Bryant and Gasol.
And Gasol's got great hands. We saw it in the first quarter when he caught the lob with one hand there. Great slip.
Posey, terrific play. Now goes down the other end. Couldn't handle a pass. Rondo heard some footsteps, lost it. Fisher comes out with it. And let's see what the call is. Dick Pavetta checking with Eddie Rush. Is going to be a foul on Posey. Or is it Posey? Maybe it's Ray Allen. It's Ray Allen. That's his second. So Allen with 2 in the Celtics in the penalty.
The hustle by Radmanovich, not allowing Posey to get the easy one. And then both guys attacking the loose ball, ready to sacrifice their body.
And that's where they called the foul on Allen. That was more on Posey. He's just trying to cover himself there as Fisher will go back to the line. And Fisher knocks down the first, so fouls have become an issue for Paul Pierce. He's got 3. Pierce just 1 of 4 to start. Lakers now 9 of 12 from the line. They've scored 6 in a row, and they're back on top after trailing by 7. Fisher, the leading scorer for the Lakers, with 11. Rondo looking for Garnett. There's the double. Dangerous pass. Shot clock down to 5. Ray Allen kicks it out. Rondo, that's a 2-pointer. Puts it in. He's not hesitating tonight.
They doubled off him hard for the first time on Garnett's post-up. He gave it up once, Rondo did. Nice pick and roll again. Very poor pick and roll coverage tonight by the Celtics. But Rondo gave it up at the other end, got it back another time, and hit the nice pull-up to his left.
One of the reasons why the Lakers' best offensive team in the playoffs, passing like that, they have 12 assists on their 16 field goals, shooting 50% from the field. Allen inside, misses. And Odom the rebound. Fisher looking. Odom takes Perkins off the dribble. Pretty move from Odom with that long stride.
We talk about the ability of Odom. That's Perkins trying to close out against a 6'10", 6'11" skilled guy, and Odom puts the ball on the floor and attacks the paint area.
Doc Rivers calls timeout. Lakers on a 10-2 run. Offensively, very efficient, Mark.
And you're talking about a big guy that has the package. Odom able to get to the seam of the Celtic defense. What a pretty finish. Off the glass, gets the roll.
51% from the field, only 4 turnovers, and they're up by 3. The T-Mobile halftime report. And there will be a special guest joining Stuart Scott, John Barry, and Michael Wilbon. And the great Magic Johnson will help them analyze the first half and, of course, talk about the Lakers-Celtics rivalry, which he, of course, was a part of. That hook shot back in Game 4 in '87. Last time they faced off in the finals. Lakers won that in 6 games that series. Posey to Garnett. Nice pass to Posey. Can't finish. Perkins keeps it alive. Radmanovic tips it out of bounds. Last touch by Boston. And now we'll have a full timeout as we get under the 3-minute mark. Little roller coaster ride as the Lakers now, after trailing by 7, up by 3. Been 21 years since the finals are in Boston, so it's a tough ticket. And, of course, the celebrities show up. Bruce Willis, James Taylor, who sang the national anthem tonight. Ellen Pompeo from Grey's Anatomy. And, of course, a number of the football players here from the Patriots. Randy Moss among them. But there's the real celebrities. They look very distinguished in gray. You know, we get all fired up about guy has a double-double. How about Bill Russell? 62, Game 7 of the finals, 30 points, 40 rebounds. Now there's a double-double.
I'll tell you what, I can put together a 5 in this building that would face any 5 that's ever played this game. We talk about Magic at the 1, Kobe Bryant at the 2, Dr. J at the 3, KG at the 4, and Bill Russell at the 5.
Havlicek coming off the bench, too.
And Van Gundy coaching.
Rondo. That was nice.
But hey, Mike, before we came on, he get Magic. I should be the point guard of that team. Don't buy that humility.
Hey, Magic Johnson's the best to ever play the point guard position, and it's not close.
Odom, open jump shot. Lamar Odom with 7 points. Lakers back up by 3 as we hit the 2-minute mark. This is a high shooting percentage against the best defensive team, Jeff. What's going on?
Well, great offensive team. That's number one. But I don't think their pick and roll coverage has been what it normally is. I think everybody's open. They haven't taken the roll away.
Radmanovich, quick pass, Bryant. Nice feed to Gasol, and he got hit by Perkins. So Perkins picks up his first, and more free throws for Pau Gasol.
Now you think about that. That's a wide open jump shot by Kobe Bryant. Turns it down, gets the high percentage shot, getting another guy involved offensively, hands the ball up to Gasol, and he's going to the line. But the patience of Bryant and trusting his teammates, it doesn't stop. You know, a year ago or in the past, this is a jump shot that Bryant is not going to turn down. Bates, Kevin Garnett to come out, and then finds Gasol, getting other guys established.
Yeah, but last year, that was Kwame Brown. So there's a big difference in talent. You get trusted when you can produce. Bryant trusts Gasol. He's got great hands. He can finish, and he can make free throws. I think it would have been the right play to pass up Kwame Brown to shoot that if he was still playing with him.
And Lakers have their largest lead here in the first half, up by 5. Minute and a half remaining in the second. Rondo with the turnover. That's the 8th for Boston. Bryant with Posey on him this time. He's seen a host of defenders already. Odom, Bryant, up and under, won't go. Tip, Posey knocks it. Rondo able to track it down. Coming up on a minute remaining in the first half. Rondo, open jumper, puts it in. How about Rondo? 4 of 7 from the field, 10 points, 3 assists. Back out, Fisher, another jumper. Fisher again. He has the 3rd highest field goal percentage in the history of the finals. Plays big in these huge games.
And Phil Jackson playing him a lot of minutes in this first half. Rondo, you're doing a good job offensively, but you can't have missed assignments against Fisher defense.
13 points for Fisher. Lakers by 5. Ray Allen to Posey. Posey, a good 3-point shooter. Not that time. And Fisher the rebound. And the Lakers will hold it for the final shot of the period. Crowd a little quiet. Ryan has not erupted. He's just 3 of 10 from the field, but the rest of the team shooting extremely well. Radmanovich, open 3. Ray Allen's got some time. Half court, that'll count if it goes. Oh, that was close, just off the mark. And that will end the first half of game 1. Kevin Garnett and the Celtics got off to a big start. Garnett with 16 points. Celtics led by as many as 7, but Derek Fisher and the Lakers turning it around nicely.